They will begin to feel like you really value them when you give them your full attention. When you choose to focus on their needs, not just on what you think they need. Unlike her sister, Mary was focused on Jesus. And verse 38 holds a really interesting insight. It says this: as Jesus and his disciples were on their way. What was Jesus and his disciples were doing? Think about this for a second. Jesus knew, he was the Son of God. He knew what was going to be transpiring in his life. He was on his way to Jerusalem to die. His whole being was taken up with this intensity, this inner battle to blend his will with the will of God. When Jesus came to that home in Bethany, it was a phenomenal day. Martha was to engage and to celebrate it by having the best in the house that she could give. So she rushed and focused and cooked and fussed, and that was precisely what Jesus didn't want. All he wanted was quiet. With the cross before him and with this inner tension in his heart, he turned aside to Bethany to find an oasis of calm away from the demanding crowds, even only for an hour or two. This is what Mary gave him and what Martha, in her kindness and sincerity, did her best to destroy. The one thing necessary, quite possible this means, I don't want a big spread. I just want a simple meal and to be able to soak in some quiet time with some friends. Wow. We blow right by that. Being all there means that we consider the real need of the relationships we value. Martha was looking at it from her point of view, not from Christ's point of view. Now hear that. There are times when you and I, that we are so busy. I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. We have run right by the real need of this person that we're carrying. And that when you start understanding what a distraction is and choosing to truly embrace the moment, all of a sudden you're going to sit back and say, what does that person I love need? All of a sudden we start asking different questions. Because we're putting ourselves, projecting into that other person. We're saying, what does that person need? How can I meet that person's need? All of a sudden it's transferred from me, myself, my I. Yeah. When you do it, it shows respect. Your relationships will go deeper at a whole new level. The greatest gift you can give other people is your presence in their life. Offering your undivided attention to someone is hard, but when it's absolutely necessary, if you truly want to experience love at last sight. When was the last time you remember someone being there all for you? How did it make you feel? Wow. How did it make you feel when someone served you? When someone blessed you? When someone spoke into you? You see, the first step is to make a choice. Wherever you are, choose to be all there. The second step is whatever you're doing, be sensitive to holy interruptions. I define a holy interruption as God's greater purpose disguised as something annoying. An interruption that was man-made to be there, but wasn't man-made. When you look at the story, who do you think was most annoyed? Look at verse 40 and 42. She came to him, asked the Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, he answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but this one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Martha was annoyed that Mary wasn't helping because she was being interrupted by Jesus. She was a woman on a mission. And because she was going to prepare the best meal that he could ever eat, she didn't want to welcome any interruptions into her preparations. You see, that's how we are. We can't be that way. Third step. Whenever you have opportunity, demonstrate God's love. Now, in this series, Thursday night, we are going deeper with every topic. We started this process on this past Thursday night with this particular lesson. This coming week, we're going to look at the next element. The four things that we're encouraging people to do, there is the book, but I also had a little the little bookmarks with all the verses that you can read during the month. If you want that, I can give you that. We're giving those out on Thursday. We want you to commit to some small group time to be able to unpack some of this. We want you to do the technology fast. Just one day, please. Trust me. You won't. It's not like giving up caffeine or chocolate. And the fourth, I want to encourage each and every one of us to do acts of kindness all month. Look for an opportunity every week to do this. Galatians 6:10. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially those who belong to the family of believers. I do have these little invite cards, and Hare's ordered some more, and we're going to have more within the week. Go look for an opportunity to go do good. Whatever it is, whatever God puts on your heart. It could be to a loved one. It could be a coworker. My wife was sick. She needed something to encourage her. She shared 3 or 4 things with me over the phone. She got a bag. She was sitting in her chair, her feet are up, she has her little cup of tea, and she said, you know, the acid in my stomach, I need some sweet stuff, maybe something like this or something like this. I thought of every candy that she ever liked, and I bought a bag of it. And I put it down beside her. And she goes, wow. There were caramels, there were the little heart thingies for there was Twizzlers, there was even the little cheese goldfish. I want to bless her. She's feeling like crap. She's feeling awful. She's 4 days with the flu. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I want to bless her. I'm in the store, I'm like, God, show me. Oh yeah, she likes that. I want to overwhelm her. When was the last time you did that to somebody? Just out of the blue. I got my oil change a few weeks ago. I brought a box of donuts in. They loved me. It wasn't about me, it was about, I know these guys like donuts. Really good ones. You've got to do stuff to bless people. I want you to start looking for opportunities this month. Maybe as a group we could do some stuff together, but I want you to experience it. Go do a random act of kindness. Go bless somebody. Look for an opportunity. Here's the thing in this book thing. This is cool. When you choose to go look to find an opportunity, God is doing something in your heart. Because for the very first time, you're looking to do something for good. And God's going to teach you in that moment. He's going to give you courage. Because let me tell you something. You get stretched and have to step out to do something, it's hard. By the way, it's a whole lot easier to do a random act of kindness to someone you don't know absolutely at all versus someone you love. Because if you're going to do it with somebody you love, guess what? There is going to be an exchange. There's going to be a dialogue. There's going to be eye contact. They actually might want something else on top of it. But that's what it's going to take. So the challenge is, we want to be all there. That is the first step of real relationships. Choosing to be all there. I want you to work on that this week. Learn. Experiment. Go fail. Go make a mistake. But I'm telling you something. You get this wired into who you are, this will change you the rest of your life. Because all of a sudden, the people you truly love, the people that really matter to you most, are you single people? You've got to learn this. You've got to learn this. Trust me, as someone who has paid the price, there are some things in life that you don't want to have to pay for. You just don't. No, you want to learn. No, you do not. Listen, the price is prohibitive. Learn this now. Learn this. Learn how to be all there. It's less broken glass in the alley that you're going to have to crawl back through. I hope this encouraged you. It's only step 1 of 4. and I hope you continue to join us for this series. I hope you bring some friends. You know, this is something that we got to learn. We have to learn to value and treasure real relationships.